live event is filled with moments of excitement. LiveSource is a new game-changing app that allows you to create auctions instantly during these moments, as the crowd's excitement is at a fevered pitch.
Comes back with his second triple of the game.
Imagine, after spectacular moments, you could remove any item from the field of play and place it into a live auction in less than a minute while the game is still on. Imagine the fans in attendance bidding on and winning one-of-a-kind memorabilia and experiences from that event while the event is still going on. LiveSource handles the heavy lifting so that there are no limits on what can be sold or when it can be sold. Auctions can be created in less than 60 seconds, at which time the app immediately notifies fans to start bidding, determines the winning bidder, and arranges payment and delivery moments later. Excite your audience with highly shareable moments. Motivate more fans to attend your event, increase revenue. With LiveSource, it's as easy as 1, 2, 3.
That's how easy it is. So make sure you get on livesourceapp.com. I know right now the Columbus Lions and the NAL have a game-worn helmet up on LiveSource as an auction. So jump on there. There's going to be stuff from the Carolina Cobras, all the teams throughout the league. So definitely get on there, sign up, and it's free to sign up, check things out. But we're back for another great show. If you're out there, post in the comments, let us know where you're watching from. It's always fun to kind of see where people are at from all over the world, but let us know you're out there. We're back with some more players. We've got Damore'ea Stringfellow with us today. Well-traveled, great athlete. It's going to be great to see him, in the league. Another stud receiver. It's like every team's got these, depth at receiver and just guys with some great experience. So it's going to be really cool to hear his story. So he's with the Carolina Cobras, and he's up in Greensboro now. It looks like it's cold up there with that hoodie. And I've been seeing snow. I don't know. I don't think you guys probably got snow, but up north, it's been going crazy the last couple of days.
Yeah, it's pretty cold. It's not any snow yet. I'm looking forward to it, though.
Man, it looks good in pictures.
Yes.
That's why I like living in Florida. It's like I could see everybody's Facebook post and see the snow, but it's cold down here. It was like in the 50s today. So,
oh man, I love it. 50. We're in the 30s and the 20s down here. Yeah.
Well, I always like to have everybody just kind of, go through their journey. And, let's start off like, where did you grow up and kind of when did you get involved in football?
Okay. Born and raised in Los Angeles, California. I really didn't get into football until my ninth grade year of high school. So I was traveling a lot through my younger years. And then we ended up moving to the Valley where my parents still reside at right now. Reno Valley. And I got into football. Actually, my stepdad, old coach, was coaching up there. He was down from Fremont and ended up being up there. And a great dude. He ended up having, I want to say, almost 100 guys off scholarships his whole career. Half of those D1. So, it was a pretty good program, great program, honestly. So that's where I kind of learned my ins and outs of receiver. He taught me routes, releases, all that stuff. Blocking was one of his biggest things, which made me super physical, which got me highly recruited, which really was my blocking because I was laying the guys out, which was surprising to me. Like seriously, like D linemen, linebackers, it was fun. From there, went up to Washington my freshman year. Played a good bit my freshman year.
When did you realize though that you had the potential to go to college and play?
So it wasn't until my sophomore season. We were at a UCLA 7-on-7 tournament, and we ended up beating, I want to say, almost 15 teams. Every team that was there ended up going to the tournament one day. And after it was all done, we are holding a trophy, and my coach came over. He was like, "Yo, congratulations! Like, you received your first scholarship, and it was from UCLA." And that was the beginning, actually, of my sophomore season. And from there, I was just like, I mean, the sky's the limit. Like, receiving a scholarship like that is a huge blessing, especially from UCLA or a top tier
And
school.
that's your hometown team too, right?
It was. So they actually were watching me for a minute. Like I said, because my coach, he got a lot of guys out, so it was always good programs. They always look forward to the next player. So I was the next player up, and then from there it just skyrocketed.
So what made you decide Washington? Like, what was it about them?
Sarkisian, the whole program Sarkisian had going up, kind of simulated Pete Carroll's program, and I love Pete Carroll from the day he was at USC. He actually recruited me there when I was a freshman, and I kind of got to see what that was about. But it was I mean, it was a great environment, the teammates, the coaches. Seattle was beautiful. So it was kind of stole my heart when I took my trip up there, and it was just home for me, actually.
Nice. So you knew once you were up there, you were like, "This is the spot for me."
Yeah. So I mean, I think my it was junior day. I took my junior day up there, and it was like 5 of us that actually committed that day. We actually like broke a record. It was all over the news and stuff like that. And I was a year before, I had to decide, and I stuck with them all the way through.
Nice. So how did that transition go for you from high school to college, and especially, I mean, that's a long way away from home.
It was good for me. It was good and bad. Let's say that, because I had to get out there and get on my own, and get to grow up. It was just good. And then again with the team, it was easy transition for me because there was a lot of West Coast guys still there. A lot of those guys were from California. So it was an easy transition for me, actually. I did have trouble at receiver because in high school I played slot receiver. You get all these free releases. It was just real sweet. And then I got up there and I got introduced to Marcus Peters. And I don't know if you guys know who that is. One of the top tier corners in the league right now. I think he plays for the Rams right now, I want to say. But I mean, he's crazy. No, I don't think he plays for the Rams anymore. I'm not really sure what Marcus Peters plays for, but he's a monster. I mean, he was long, 6'1", that corner, didn't let me off the line. Me just trying to run, no releases. So he actually helped me out a lot, teaching me stuff like, dude, you can't just run, and, show your chest. Every time I'm gonna put you right here. So it was fun competing and learning my freshman year with those guys up there. And by the end of the season, man, I was running around like I was a vet. It was fun.
How was I was reading too, like, your first start came against UCLA.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
How was that going against that hometown team? And then how'd you do that game?
Man, it was amazing. All my family was there.
Was it in LA or was it up in Washington?
It was. It was in
nice.
The Rose
Bowl. It was like coming home for you.
Yeah, it was. It was a Rose Bowl, packed. They actually had what's the Miles? He played linebacker and running back too. He's actually I think he's on the Jaguars right now. But it was we're both rookies and we're freshmen. We're going at it. They're feeding him the ball. They're feeding me the ball. We're going at it. But it was good. I think I ended up with one touchdown. One got called back, but like 170 some yards for that first start, which is, I mean, it was good. It was fun.
Yeah. So how the rest of the time go at Washington? I know you were there for what, two seasons?
I got one season in.
That one.
I had transferred due to some knucklehead decisions up there. But other than that, I mean, it was good for me. I got to be introduced to Peters from Boise State was actually transferred over to our head coach. And so I got to see both sides of it. He was more of a on your head old school coach. Like I would similar him to Nick Saban. Just go get it. And Sarkisian was more of the younger coach, just wild. And so you got to see both sides of it. Before I ended up at Ole Miss, Where ACC.
What was it about Ole Miss? Like, why go there? I mean, you had a pretty good freshman season.
Mm-hmm.
You probably could go a lot of places. I mean, that's a great program.
Mm-hmm. Well, initially I was gonna go to Nebraska because I was just, I was close with that coach, Coach Fish up there and recruiting too. Until I took a trip to Ole Miss, man, and I just saw everything they were building up there. And I don't know if you're familiar with that time. They had we had Robert Kimdichie, Laquan Treadwell, Bo Wallace, Chad Kelly. I mean, it was stacked, and it was just coming together. And actually, the year I committed, we ended up beating Bama and going on the 2-year streak of beating Bama. So that was fun too. I just wanted to be a part of history, I mean, Bama's a great program, which I was actually my second choice after I got over my Nebraska interest. But I just wanted to be a part of something that was, hasn't been done before. So with that, I mean, Ole Miss was a place, and I mean, I felt the energy, and it was perfect fit, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, that's a cool campus, and I mean, just that's the stadium and the fans. I mean, you can't really there's not too many places that in that division or conference that don't have a great atmosphere. But that's pretty cool. So how did your career go at Ole Miss?
I was great. Learned a lot. I mean, got better. I was around great coaches, great system, great people. I had to redshirt my freshman, my first year, not freshman year. It was my redshirt sophomore year, which allowed me to get acclimated to SEC, because coming from Pac-12 to SEC is totally different football. For you guys who don't know, it's big boys, and they're running fast and they're hitting hard. So I mean,
they didn't run fast in Washington, or what?
I mean. Yeah, but it's not the big boys usually running that fast. It's usually the quicker guys, the small guys. But when you got a D lineman running 4.3s and I mean some freaks, I'm telling you, crazy,
flat out freaks,
man, freaks. So it allowed me to get acclimated, because we had a bunch of freaks on our team. Ward, one of our D linemen, he was about 6'4", 250. He was on the kickoff team. He was beating. I'm talking fast guys, corners down there, running through walls and just doing crazy stuff. So going against those guys in practice allowed me to get better that year. So when I did face Bama's and the LSU's, I was ready. So that second year was big for me. I was number 2 behind Cody Core on the other side of Laquan Treadwell, and I got my probably 20 plays a game, and every play I was trying to knock somebody's head off, and if I wasn't blocking somebody, I was catching anything. I don't care who was thrown at, and I developed a cool trait up there. They called me Sticky, Mr. Stickies, because I was catching anything that came my way, and I was getting praised for my blocking and how strong I was, because I was knocking. Like I said, I was knocking every chance I get, trying to knock somebody out. Which is good, it was me finding my feeding too, and like I said, in a whole different league. It's different.
When did you kind of get that sense that there was potential for football after college?
I would say I always had that in the back of my mind. Even though, you still have to hit certain levels of perfecting your craft and whatnot. But I always knew I had potential. When I realized I was ready, or when I felt that I was ready, I would say after that my second season at Ole Miss, I was running around playing against all the top guys, players from Bama, LSU, seeing these guys get drafted, and after that first year, I was like, I can do this. The only thing that would have held me back was my ankle injury. That ended my first year. I broke my ankle, and I didn't get surgery. I had to let it heal, because they didn't really know what was wrong with it, and I had to just go through that boots situation and everything. And then come camp next year, wasn't 100%, but I wasn't letting that spot get taken, so I had to just
grind through it, right?
Double taped it, put tape on the outside of the inside, and I was just going like, and the coach just saw that. But it wasn't. I would say for me, I should have sat and stayed another year, just so I can show how good I could be on film. Because even though they saw the hunger, they saw the fight, it wasn't. I couldn't run my best routes. I couldn't do a lot of the stuff I knew I was capable of because of my injury. So.
What kind of speed did you have? Like, what was kind of your top times?
I ran the 4.5 and the 40 on my pro day. That was at 238, which was not my best weight. I was 238. I was only 8% body fat though. But I told you I had a chip on my shoulder. I didn't get invited to the combine, which I knew was going to mess with my numbers. So I got into this workout like. I was trying to work out with the D lineman, O lineman, and my trainer was like, dude, you don't have to. And I was like, no, I have to, because I wanted to go in the league and I wanted to be the one knocking people out. I wanted to, have that on me, but I didn't keep consideration of me running routes and how heavy I was getting coming out of my cuts and doing stuff like that. So that was one of my other downfalls with just me being too big as a receiver. It didn't kill me too much because when I got up to the Dolphins, I did have a 99.5 yarder, but it did help hold me back from a lot of other opportunities like kickoff and stuff like that because I was too heavy and I had to, do stuff that receivers didn't do, which is block D linemen and do all type of craziness, So, it was fun though. It was a fun experience.
Did you look at playing like, tight end at all, or were you always kind of, out there?
Not until I got to the Jets where they had me running a couple of the tight end spots just in scout team and stuff like that, just to kind of see where I was. They had me do running back scout team, receiver scout team, tight end scout team. But I never really considered doing it as a career. Not that I wouldn't, but it just never kind of crossed my mind. But I know I could do it. I did it then. I played tight end in high school, and our power offenses is nothing but a extended receiver, slot receiver. So, if you can beat corners, you can beat linebackers and safeties.
So when you were coming out of Ole Miss, were you did you have that, in the back of your head that you're going to get drafted, or did you know you were going to probably have to go the free agent, signing route?
Honest to God, I thought I was going to get drafted. But due to the situation at Washington, which I didn't mention, I had gotten into some legal issues. So that ended up being one of my downfalls. They called and was like, we can't have you in the combine because of legal issues and whatnot. So up until that point, I thought I was going to get first, second round because I knew my talent was there. Other than that, once that time came around and I was sitting there, they went through every name.
How rough was that?
It was tough. Sitting there with my family and just waiting for my name to get called. It didn't get called, but I didn't let it, I would say, stop me. It just put that extra chip on my shoulder. And I wish I didn't, like I said, work out as hard because I did put on a lot of muscle, which, like I said, I was shooting for a 4.4. Which I know I could have ran because I hit that times in training, but I put on that muscle and that weight, so that wasn't an option. Other than that, though, I was ready though. That chip was there. I was around all the best players I can think of up at Dolphins. Jarvis Landry, Kenny Stills at receiver, Devontae Parker, all these guys I get to learn from.
So when did you get to the Dolphins, and how did you get there? So the draft goes through, that's 2 days or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. You have an agent at this point, or you just, okay. So you're talking to your agent, walk me through that. From the time that draft ends, you realize you didn't get drafted, what's your agent saying and what happened?
As soon as actually before the draft was over, I was getting calls and I already knew they were, okay, well, you're not, you're going to get taken. So I think we got a call from the Patriots. We got a call from the Raiders, the Dolphins, and a couple teams were offering the practice squad or the free agent deal. Dolphins stuck with me because Coach Jeffrey, the receiver coach, his son actually played with me at Ole Miss, and he was his coach. So you saw the routes. I saw the routes that Ben was running. Dude we called him Sweet Feet, and he came in as a freshman, one of the best route runners that we had. So I automatically knew that if I can get with this guy, he helped me out a lot, which also I needed because of the year I had it at Ole Miss. So I had to prove myself in some other way, which was good. So that was one of my main factors of me going up to the Dolphins.
So how long was that process from like the draft until you actually, sign with them? Was it pretty quick?
Yeah, I want to say it was the next couple of days. I talked to him the same day, and I told him, like, Coach, I'm coming hungry, and he was like, all right, we sending the papers over and this and that, and they sent them over, faxed them over, and I was signed. I had my playbook by the next couple of weeks, and I was in my playbook.
And South Florida is not a bad place to go either. So
yeah, it was amazing. It might have been
maybe it's too nice. That's
a little too fun down there. Yeah, for sure.
So how'd it go there? I mean, I know that you mentioned you had that huge 99+ yard kickoff return, right? Was it kickoff or punt?
It was a reception.
Oh, reception. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
nice.
It was good. Like I said, I learned a lot. I met some great people, great coaches. Got some great film. I guess I just wasn't what they were looking for at receiver, and I feel like it had a lot to do with my weight because they didn't have a lot of heavy set receivers, and they talked about that. My weight getting it down a lot, but due to me not having a lot of body fat, it was me losing muscle. So it would only happen on the off season where I didn't have to work out as much. I can run more. But during season they have you, especially when you're not playing, you're working out 3 or 4 times a week.
And what was your weight then?
Huh?
What was your weight at?
I was 238, like 8% body fat.
Damn. So that's jacked.
Yeah, I was.
Because what are you 6'1", 2, 3?
6'2.5".
Yeah.
Yeah. But other than that,
where are you at now as far as size?
I am 215, 213, 215.
Okay.
Trying to stay there, trying to work on that speed. I see that the heaviness doesn't really come into account when you playing receiver. You just gotta really be able to control what you have. So
yeah. All right. So you were there for training camp, and then what happened?
Got that call, man. I got that call.
Bring that playbook,
that laptop, and
did you have a sense that was coming, or did you think you made it? I mean, having a 99-yard touchdown, it's like, damn, I would hope I would get like.
I mean, everybody on that team was surprised. I mean, I was getting calls from Jarvis. I was getting Larry Tunsil, who was actually my teammate at Ole Miss. We were sitting there when I got the call. And it was just surprising because I was actually planning on moving in with him and renting out one of his rooms. And then he was just like, yeah, bring that stuff in. And it was a rude awakening, but then again, it just added another chip on my shoulder because I had already proven to myself and obviously to everybody else who's seen it that I can play in this league. 9.5 yards my first game. Not too many people can say they did that.
No.
So it was just like I said, another chip on my shoulder. And from there, I was really options open. I didn't really care where I went. And Jess was like, it was amazing too because I had 2 former teammates that was up there.
And that happened quick too with the Jets.
It was the next day. Maybe same day, next day they called me, got me off waiver, which was it was
technical amazing. Challenges again. But hey, fans, if you're out there watching, I see how many people are watching. Definitely post where you're watching from. Post some questions for us. He's had a great career with a handful of NFL teams, and when he gets back, he's gonna share more with us. But while he's getting that ready, I'm gonna cut back to Well, that was fun. I think that was my internet this time, and I've got like fiber. So I don't even know what I got. Kids up there, probably up there.
Something strong.
So, thanks, Coach. Coach is saying, "Let's go. Welcome to the fam." So, all right, good. That's the fun things about going live and all that. But we still got a bunch of people watching. We're right now we're live on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. So we got fans all over the world watching right now. So, all right, let's go back to the story here. So you get waived by the Dolphins.
Mm-hmm.
You know, pretty much the Jets sign you right away. It looked like. So you go up to New York.
I'm up in New York, and like another great environment, cold as well.
Yeah. How do you? It's tough going from South Florida to New York.
Man, especially at that time, because like that temperature drops.
The fall, yeah.
My goodness. But it was great, man. It was another great, like I said, environment. You're in New York, you're in Jersey, Fawn Park. Like I said, I played with a couple of my previous football players, teammates. Quincy Anumbo, who went to my high school, one of the top scholars that I was telling you about. My coach had got out, ended up going to Nebraska. And this guy, talk about strong. So I said I was 238, 8% body fat. This guy's 245 maybe, like 6% body fat, jacked. I mean, just
damn,
absolute freak at receiver though. So
yeah,
keep that in mind.
I think I'm at 229 at like maybe 50% body fat right now. I'm just happy I'm under 230 for the first time in years. So
we all got to start somewhere, you know.
I just like that food too much, man.
Man, shit, me too, man. It's hard to stay away from that food, man. It's a drug.
But you kind of touched on something. I mean, it's such a small world, right? When you get into this football stuff. So, I mean, you played at Washington and Ole Miss. So, not only all those players, there's probably a handful of players from those teams that are in the league somewhere. Mm-hmm. There's probably players that you probably know from other teams just competing against out there. So
thousands of players, and they all want their job. They all want your job too. So. And it's great though. I mean, like you said, all these guys come around from all over the place. Meet guys from everywhere with all the same end goal, you know.
Were you there when Jalen Marshall was there?
Where was he at? Is that the Jets?
I don't know, Philip. Where are you talking? Are you talking with the New York Jets?
Jalen Marshall. What is that? Who's that? Jalen Marshall. Is that receiver? Oh yeah. I was. He actually ended up getting signed too, and staying longer than I was at the Jets. I remember that. He came. Yeah. I was there. Yes, he was.
Nice. So how did it go in New York then? Like, you know, you stuck around for a little while there.
Yeah, I was actually on a practice squad. Well, so I came in off waiver. First week was activated. And I believe they needed, like, I want to say D lineman or they needed somebody. So they ended up bringing me down and bringing that guy in. And
tell people what the practice squad really is, like, and what kind of money you make on the practice squad.
Practice squad is a full-time job.
Yeah.
Depending on where you're at, minimum wage is like 4 or 5 racks a week, which is a blessing, you know. Man, easy money, and you're learning, and I mean, you're surrounded by a bunch of great athletes, people that's been solidified for years, that you can learn from, and they're making sure you learn. And if you don't want to learn, they're going to peep that out real quick, because those guys,
they'll get rid of you.
Come on, their families on the line. Like I said, this is money that you're not going to make anywhere else, and you can make playing the sport that you love. So these guys take it serious, you know, and which is great, because it gives you accountability, and then once you get that accountability, it gives you a sense of like belonging, and you want to belong. We just got to talk about it. NFL's what have you done for me lately? That's any football league.
Yeah.
And when you make your print, you have to keep making your print, which is great. I mean, like I said, you got a chance to get better every week, every day, learn something every day. You never know who might come in, who get traded in, so it's like no other job, honestly.
And there's not many guys on the practice squad either. I don't know what it is now, but I want to say back in the day, it was like maybe 5 or 8 guys.
I think we may have had like maybe 9 guys and 3 receivers.
Yeah.
You got maybe 3 O linemen, a couple D linemen, 2 quarterbacks, and then the rest skill players.
Did you get to play in any of the preseason games there? Or you came right after preseason was over, right?
Yeah. So I sat there until the season was over. And then I came back after that off season, and we went through like summer trainings, and then I got cut around that time. I want to say about
in April.
Yeah, April sometime. And then not too long from that time, like 2 days later, I get picked up by Seattle, which was amazing.
How is it mentally though? Like where it's like, man, okay, you signed to the Dolphins, you do great, okay, you get cut, and then it's like, okay, then I got signed somewhere, then I'm on the practice squad, then I get cut, then I can just get picked up again. Like, how do you stay positive and keep pushing? Because I could see that it's got to wear on you mentally, some, and you got to really stay positive.
I mean, it does wear on you mentally. But you also, like I said, you want to, like, playing football, anybody that plays football, you got something to prove, So at any point when for me, when I don't get that chance to prove it, I still have that on my shoulders. I still have to do it. No matter if I'm with this team or with that team, like, you're going to see that no matter what, that this guy, this guy comes to play, and that's what I want to show. So no matter where I was going to put my best foot forward, and do what I had to do. That was kind of that's always been my thing though. It wears on anybody. So if anybody to say it doesn't, they're lying. But it's all about where you put that focus towards. Like, you can let that depress you, you can let it bring you down, or you can be like, okay, well, they don't think I can do this. Let me show them.
Yep. Well, and it always goes back to something I always preach is, I mean, you can only control what you can control. And so control your preparation, control your attitude, control, everything about that. But, and you know what, if you do everything that you can, no regrets, right?
That part.
So how was it out in Seattle? I mean, Pete Carroll, you're back on the West Coast, probably not far from school.
Yeah, it was great. I'm back at home. Like, Seattle was my second home, man. And like I said, it was one of the most exciting times of my life. And then being back, being able to actually play for Pete Carroll and being a part of that environment, man. The Seattle Seahawks got something great going up there, and it needs to be simulated. Like, if you ask me, it was. I mean, like I said, I got to a couple teams, and me landing in Seattle may have been the best thing for me. Just being around that environment, coaches that believe in you after, all this going on with being traded and being cut and doing all this. Players who believe in you. Russell, greatest guy in the world, down to earth, one of the best quarterbacks in the league, if not the best, down to earth guy. Can talk to the lowest guy at the roster, the highest guy at the roster. He's gonna talk to everybody the same. And that was just like the thing that, like I said, when you show your accountability, when you show that you can be there, it gives you a sense of belonging. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you want. You want to be a part of something like that, to where you have great guys coming in every day, showing you that love because of what you're bringing to the table.
Yeah, no, that's big. That's big. So, walk me through the rest of kind of your last few stops.
So after being up in Seattle, so I finished out the preseason with them, like an 81-yarder, I believe, the last game with Raiders.
81-yard reception or total?
Yeah, touchdown. It was a reception. I want to
say nice.
third, fourth quarter. Yeah, it was pretty sweet too. I wish I could show a little rerun of that one. But
so again at this point you're like, okay, well, damn, now they can't cut me, right? Like,
you know what? I'm gonna say this right before that reception. Brandon Marshall's on the team at the time. He calls me over. The receiver calls me over. He's like, "Yo, everybody knows you can play. Everybody knows what type of guy you are." He said, "You need to do something to separate yourself." And I'm just like, "All right, cool. I mean, my opportunity comes, it's gonna come. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be ready." Right. As soon as I get in there, the first play they call something X go. I'm the only person on the field with the guys. I gotta get this. I gotta score. And I took off, gave him the release, took off. I saw the ball was in the air, and next thing you know, I was in the end zone. It was just like you said. After that, 81 yards. The crowd's going crazy. I'm back in Seattle. Everybody loves me. Like, I'm not going anywhere.
Right.
But then again, they already had, and that's the thing with teams. And I kind of learned that, which now it doesn't affect me as much. You know what I'm saying? And I can say I wish I would have known this back then because it wouldn't have affected me as much. But teams already know what they want. They already know, you know what I'm saying, kind of what they're working with. They know the pieces of the puzzle. So when you get cut or when it doesn't work out, you know what I'm saying, it might not be because the way you performed, they need something else. You know what I'm saying? You don't fit the piece of the puzzle.
Well, so sometimes people don't realize too, they're looking for, hey, okay, if somebody goes down, who's our go-to? And so, you know, having guys in a training camp, it kind of gives them some depth, some guys that they can kind of come in and, hey, see, does he mesh well attitude-wise? Mm-hmm. Is he a team guy? Can he ball? And then, you know, one guy goes down and then you're in the mix like that.
That quick. And I was that's another thing I was going to say, because they brought me back. So after they released me, I got picked up by the Titans, and I was there for a minute. I want to say not even a month. And then I retired. I was going through a lot of family issues, which landed me back in California. But after, like, I want to say 2 months, I dealt with that, started back training. And I ended up in Boston training with my quarterback from Ole Miss, Chad Kelly, maybe 3 days into training. And I started sending my agent like videos of me running routes and whatnot. We're sitting at dinner table, like 8:30, me, Chad, and his grandpa. And my agent called, "Hey, what's up?" He's like, how far are you from the airport?" I'm like,
I can be there in 10 minutes, man. Where am I going?
Yeah, I'm like, Chad, how far are you? Like, yeah, you're like 10, 15 minutes. I'm like, yeah, 10, 15 minutes. He's like, Seattle wants to fly you out first class, first thing in the morning. I was like, what? He's like, yeah, they're signing you. They don't even want to like, no working out. You're signing you straight to like 53. I was like, oh man, couldn't even sleep that night. Packed my stuff up. I'm ready. I'm at the airport that night. I'm like, I'll just wake up in the morning. I'll wake up in the airport, get there, and it was like back being at home. They were playing San Francisco. We were playing San Francisco that week. So I was right on the sideline, cheering the guys on, whatnot. And then one of our linemen go down. And they didn't even have to tell me.
Right. You're like, I just got here, man.
I'm like, dang. But it was
He's like, fine. Get up. You're fine. Get up.
Like, bro, like somebody get in there and tell them, But it was something that they didn't have to do, which was another reason why I didn't get upset, because they brought me back just off love. I'm just saying, it's like, we know this guy's looking for another opportunity. Let's put him on the map. Even if they didn't intend for me to play that week, which I know they didn't, because obviously, you know what I'm saying, nobody's going to come in and play the first week unless Russell or somebody,
Right.
But so, the next day I get that call, getting my bags packed, I'm out of there. And then I want to say that was like at the end of the season.
Go back to that. So when you're there, like, just because I'm curious, so like, do you just stay in a hotel? Like, does the team put you up, or you got to find a place?
So for that time, I was only there for, I want to say, a week or so, like a week and a couple of days. So I was staying in a extended stay. So they put you in the extended stay, and they pay for that. But they did say, I want to say after like a month, they give you like after you start getting your checks, you know what I'm saying? You start looking for a spot and then they take you off of there. So you can either stay there or find somewhere else to stay.
Gotcha. That's good. At least you're not like scrambling to try to find something and then, that's
which is good. I mean, either it be a hotel or still stay. They make sure you got somewhere to stay though.
Yeah. And then, so how did the Alliance of American Football come about?
So yeah, that Seattle thing was at the end of the season, and my agent was just telling me like, yo, it's not likely that another team's going to pick you up unless it be playoff teams, because a lot of teams are either going to the playoffs or not. So he was like, it's a great opportunity with Lions football. They're bringing it back up, and I want to say that was the first year they were coming back, and it was just an easy transition. It was like, I mean, either you want to play or you don't. So I went over there. I went over there, and I actually ended up being late because they were already training. The people that they were already training during the season and in camp and whatnot. So come season, I'm a little behind. I'm learning the playbook, and I don't know. For some reason, I just couldn't get in my rhythm. Like I want to say maybe I was bummed or I can't really pinpoint it, but I couldn't get in my rhythm. And the coach did it. We had one of the toughest coaches up there. I can't remember his name, but for the Memphis Express, but he was tough. He was a linebacker coach. And,
was it Singleton? Or was he
the African American ball dude?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought.
That guy he was tough, and I mean, maybe one of the toughest coaches I ever experienced, and maybe because he just, I mean, I don't know, he saw that I was kind of off my game, so he wanted to use me as an example, however it may be.
Because he's intense.
Yeah, big time intense. However it may be though, but yeah, he kind of put it to me there, so I didn't end up
like damn.
Yeah, I didn't end up belong there, this is a sad story, but everything happens for a reason too. So
yeah. So how did you get to the NAL and why Carolina?
So I was looking for an opportunity to get back on the field, man. I have, like I was telling you, I have 2 kids now. I have two boys that are 6 months now, and I want them to, see what I've done. Like I've worked this hard to get here and to do what I wanted to do thus far. I just want to show them more. I want to show them what I can do. I want to give them an opportunity to experience this from really front line. And I miss it, man. I miss it. You never really like, you never
I wish I could still play, but I'm 50% body fat now. I can't.
It never goes away. So I feel like I'm sitting here. I can't watch a football game without me like, I can't. Like, so it's like, man, while I still can, I'm gonna give it a shot, and I'm gonna give it my best shot. So I ended up talking to one of my actual my old teammates, T-Shet, and he was like, yeah, my coach is looking for players. Like he what I'm saying, he wants players. And I was like, what is this? Like, he was like, yeah, Arena League, da 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 da. And I was like, man, sign me up. He was like, all right, bet. I'm seeing the coach. And man,
I don't coach rest all that. He was like, hell yeah.
Coach rest within like 30 minutes. He's like, hey, yeah, I'm gonna see the stuff over, blah blah blah. I'm like, all right, I'm there. Like, this was like mid last year, and I was just from there, like, I had my mindset like this is gonna be something I'm gonna take serious. And I mean, I'm coming in to take over. Like, for who are watching, I'm coming in to take over. King Cobra's here.
Yeah. Strike first, right?
That's it. Strike first, baby. Yeah.
No, that's cool. I'll tell you what though, I'm a big fan of the game, and I think, you get what you put into it. And, I think it's another good opportunity to, I mean, who knows, what will happen. It's just a lot of it's timing, right place, right time. And like we talked about before we went live, what have you done lately?
Absolutely.
And the good thing with arena football is there's not a ton of, running the ball. So You know, it's an opportunity to get more. You know,
yeah, it's my type of league.
Exactly. Josh says, "Welcome to the team.
Let's go, Josh. Let's get it.
Get some new rings, man. Get those rings ready."
Yes, sir, man. I'm getting my.
I'll tell you what, it's going to be an awesome season. I mean, the talent level is through the roof. I'm excited. I mean, I can promise you this though: you're not going to have a 99-yard touchdown run here,
man.
Just because the field's too small. So
whatever I can
you have like a 49-yard, touchdown.
If I can get a 49er, I want like 10 of those. Whatever I can get, I'll take it.
So tell me this. So okay, what's your style out there? Like when you score a touchdown, what are you doing? I mean, are you going crazy? Are you just like?
I haven't really went too crazy. I had one, actually a couple.
Probably good when you're kind of on that bubble. Like let's not ruffle.
Yeah, I'm really intense. So like I play angry. Let's say that I play angry. Like I said, I always have
kind of like the Westbrook of football.
Yes,
he
sir.
plays angry. Like
angry. I'm like, I might have a little fun if you get frustrated with my aggression and my intensity, then I'll have a little fun. Now I'm probably gonna stick my tongue out. Oh, come on, man, we playing football, But other than that, like I'm focused. I got to get it done. Like if coach tell me I got to be here, I got to make sure I'm there. So 10 toes, I got to focus, But other than that, like I'm always there for my teammates. Like sideline, you're gonna hear me. Defense is out there. I'm balls in the air. Like I got to keep the guys going, just because the energy it feeds off. Like from one person to the next. So yes, this defense is gonna hear me out there. Sideline is gonna be pumped. We're not sitting down. We gotta you gotta be locked in, because once 100 guys are locked in, you can't be stopped.
Did you ever play any D at all?
I haven't played any D. I did
I'm
some kickoff though.
Like Iron Man in the future, at least in a year or two. Like we need to bring Iron Man back. Man, I want to see you guys have it both ways.
Man, I'm ready. I did some kickoff. We got a couple tackles on kickoff, but I've never played defense. I would love to play some safety, man.
Camp out back there.
Come on now.
Chancellor. A big thing though to get that's different is just that the fans are like right on top of you. So it's really cool. Where you can you'll pretty much hear what they're saying.
They're all domes, right?
Good interaction.
We're all playing in domes, right? All the games are in domes.
All arenas, yeah.
Yeah. See, I probably had like 4 games in arenas, so I love it. Indoors.
Yeah. No, I love it because it's climate controlled too.
Yeah,
so we're not worried about rain. We don't
baby, perfect football weather. Nobody complain. Let's go.
The only thing that sucks is the turf. As far as like it rips your skin off. It's it's padded well, but it'll definitely rip your skin right off. So
so them big boys. I really it happens, baby.
So how long have you been in Greensboro now?
I've been here for 3 weeks now. We drove
first time there?
Yeah.
How you like it?
No. In Greensboro, yes, not in North Carolina.
Okay.
So yeah, it's good though. I mean, nice and quiet. It's good for the family. It's not a lot of traffic going on, not a lot of craziness. I'm gonna say that drive though wasn't friendly at all.
Oh, you drove from LA?
Oh my gosh.
Damn. I'll tell you what though, it's not. I don't know which way you went, but I drove from Florida to LA. But more of like a 2-3 week trip, like just with the family. I didn't have the babies with me. Like
we tried to get here fast as we could, doing the speed limit, like no stops.
So how has that been? Just being a new dad, and you said you have twins.
I do have twins, 2 boys.
Man, so that's like double trouble.
Yeah, it is, but it's amazing because I see how much they adore me, once that look, that it's just, it's crazy. You don't want to give them the world, man. It's like even when you get mad at them, you can't get mad at them. Like, stop screaming.
Right.
Laugh, like, come on.
Look, you're so cute when you cry.
You can't start smiling, dude. But they make me a big softie, man. That's the only thing. But
the cool thing is, having them be able to start watching you play.
Yeah, that's
over the next few years. I mean, you're young, man. You got plenty of years left. So
that's huge for me. That's huge.
Talking to a couple of the other guys in the league too. That's they maybe are a little bit older, and their kids are 5, 6, 7 years old, and it's like those kids can run around. And my kid, that he grew up on the field, and at practices and stuff. And at 17, he's like, Dad, that was my best memories. Love that. I miss that.
Introduce them to a whole different life, rather than being running on the streets. They get to be surrounded by all this greatness, which is, it's huge. I don't want anything more for them than that, honestly.
Yeah. So in Greensboro, I always ask about food because I'm 50% body fat here. So, like, have you found some good spots yet, or do you cook? Like, what's
a wifey cooks? She good?
She
stayed
cook?
throwing it down. She stayed throwing it down. Yeah. Other than that, though, we love eating out. We haven't got to too many like 5-star dining restaurants. But
it could be a hole in the wall too. I like some of those sometimes too.
So just get back in touch with Bojangles chicken though.
Oh, Bojangles, man! Why'd you bring that up, man?
Oh my goodness!
I plan my trips when I drive, so I go by Bojangles.
Oh my goodness, Bojangles hit different, especially the cinnamon biscuits.
I get the Supremes, the 4-piece Supremes, large fry, large sweet tea.
Yeah. And their fries are crazy. They use like seasoned salt on their fries.
Oh man, yeah. Man. Does the team have them as a sponsor?
I don't know.
And you better tell Coach Rez.
Coach Rez won't be watching this, baby. We need those.
We need some Bojangles, man.
Absolutely. I'm gonna put in a what do you call those things? A vote. I'm gonna put in a vote. We're gonna vote for that.
Yeah. Look, I'm not playing unless there's pre-game Bojangles.
Just one biscuit.
Kickback Jacks. I'll tell you what.
What's that?
Kickback Jack. I don't know, but there was a Kickback Jacks up in Virginia that is like a sports bar, and they had some really good food. I don't know if that's what Philip's talking about, but Virginia had Kickback Jacks, and I think they're in the South. But down here in Florida, we don't have Bojangles.
No.
So like northern part of Florida. Yeah, it's crazy the food we have. Yeah, it's nuts.
I got all type of options out there.
So
I'm a big wing guy though. I like wings. I like buffalo wings, and I like that type of stuff.
Sports bar. You got to check that out. They have really good wing Kickback Jacks, and they have grilled wings, which I prefer. I'm trying to get away from the fried wings. I bought an air fryer, and I love the wings in there.
How does that work? The air fryer?
Man, it is probably the best invention I've ever seen. It does not, like, I don't put, some people put like a small amount of oil in it. Mm-hmm. I don't. And it makes them, and it tastes like they're crispy, like they're fried, but you don't have any oil. And so my daughter bought it for us as a housewarming gift when we moved into our new house, and we use it every day.
I use it every day.
I'll put pizza in there. I put everything in that.
You put pizza? I gotta try that.
Oh my God, it is the best. And I think the one she probably bought us was maybe like, I don't know, $50 or $70. So it's not bad. It's kind of like small, but I need like 4 of them. Cause like if I want to do like Super Bowl Sunday, I told my wife, I was like, I'm making wings all day long.
Keep dropping them in there.
Because I could eat wings every day. And now with this air fryer, it's a game changer. So I should get like an endorsement deal from these air fryers because, man, they are, and anything you put in there, mozzarella sticks, like fish.
Come on. Yeah.
Like I try. The only thing I'm not good at is I put asparagus in there before and some veggies, and I just didn't do it right. But the first day we had it, my wife and I were like, "This thing sucks. We're gonna throw it out. Like, let's try it again." And we tried it again, and then it was like, I haven't used my grill since we got that.
Not the grill. Look,
she'll put everything in there.
That's fire.
Everything. All right, sorry. You got me talking about my air fryer, and that, I'm gonna get yelled at by the NAL here.
You sponsored air fryers.
I'm gonna look up some air frying manufacturers. But so, how about outside of football? What kind of stuff do you and the wife like to do?
We like to travel, man. We like to just get away. We like to be like we protect our energy. especially with the boys now. We just like to get away, man. We like to.
What do you like to go to? You like to go to the beach, the mountains?
Resorts, we're mountains, we're everywhere. She likes pools, so anywhere where the water is, she's there. I'm just, I like forests, I like trees. I just like to anything but to see buildings and all that civilization. I like to get out of civilization sometimes and just get to free my mind. Water's good. No water's good. Just no traffic and loud honking. And I just, I'm from LA, dude. I hear it all the time. So I'm just.
So when you drove from LA to there, did you go through like Vegas and then Colorado, or did you go south?
We went through AZ, New Mexico, Texas, Arkansas.
Okay, so kind of you went along the southern route.
Yeah,
because that's the way I drove out to LA, kind of that way through Dallas and New Mexico, Arizona. And on the way back, we went to like Vegas. We went through Utah, Colorado. And that was a pretty cool trip. Just scenery-wise, it's like, man,
plateaus,
I could just pull the car over and sit there for like half the day.
Yeah,
really cool.
Crazy. Especially, so I took that drive from Seattle down to California when I went up.
I want to do that, man.
Man, Oregon got some of the best sights I've ever seen, and it's just nonstop all the way through. It's so crazy.
I've never been to that Northwest, and so that's what we were talking about. It's like let's do a road trip.
Yeah,
and I want to go up like Montana, even Seattle. I want to see all that stuff.
Yeah, I mean Seattle's great too. Seattle's scary though. There's so many mountains you got to drive through, and especially when it's dark, you're like, damn, I just hit a mountain, go up a mountain, go down a mountain, hit a turn, watch out for that deer. It's time to park. Yeah.
No deer. How about when you were playing in college? What was some of your favorite spots to play? Like any stadiums you really enjoyed, like the atmosphere, or it was real hostile?
So let's go back to. I'm gonna go back to LSU. LSU, one of the toughest spots to play, but like favorite. It's so intense that like I think I was one of our rivals too. So it was always crazy. It was always it was so intense. Texas A&M, one of the loudest stadiums I ever played in. But then you go to Bama, and I'm gonna say Mississippi State last because Mississippi State was like going to war. It was crazy in there. Like you hear the cowbells. People didn't want to let us out. We was like on the buses getting beat.
Oh man, they want to kill you there.
Yeah, it was crazy, but it was it was fun because we came and we conquered and we left. So that's why y'all wanted our head.
Yeah.
So I might say Mississippi State was the most intense because it was that state rival. It was crazy.
Yeah, and those colleges, they get such great turnouts, and those SEC fans are
nuts. They're nuts. And I love it though. I love it. They die hard.
Yeah. No, that's what makes it fun, and especially in those rivalries, in conference games and everything else. So how about your most fond memory playing?
I'm gonna take it back to high school, man. We went. I want to say 15-0 my junior year, and CIF, all CIF, and it was one of the better teams I've been on. I mean, throughout my career, it was just everybody knew their jobs, everybody was all in, and that was the year I developed that leadership role of everybody on the sideline being involved, because that year it helped. I mean, it helped tremendously because once the crowd sees the players into it and they see them cheering for their brothers, like the crowd has no choice. The crowd has no choice, and the other side, they have no choice but to focus on what's going on over here, So with that, I mean, that whole year we were just dominating 50-0, 80-0. We were just blowing teams out of the water. And then when we got to the actual game, we were a little nervous. It's a big game, my first time here. After a couple of plays, it was over with. 45-0, game over, CIF champs. Yeah, it was great. But I knew what it was. It wasn't because we had all these great players. It was everybody was in. Everybody bought in. So that would maybe be my best year of like football experience.
Nice. No, man. Well, it sounds like you've had a great journey. It sounds like it's still just the beginning, though. And so, when you make it back to the show and I shoot you a text, don't ignore that either. When I want some tickets or something, man.
I'm here, Drew. Just hit me.
Come on, man. Don't forget the little guys. I'll bring my air fryer.
Look, let's go. Post game wings. Let's go.
Oh, damn, I wish I had wings right now. I'd probably fry them up tonight.
I'm not gonna lie. I had some before I hopped on. I had some buffalo wings. I ain't gonna lie.
I ended up getting takeout from Texas Roadhouse tonight.
Texas Roadhouse. Where is that? What is that?
It's like a little like an Outback type steakhouse.
Okay.
But they have like some good boneless wings, so we got some of those. They're fried, but
I'm not gonna lie. I've been fiending for a good ribeye. It's big juicy ribeye with some fried crawfish on it. I can do that.
Well, get with Coach, man. There's some good food up there, and I don't know if you like barbecue, but Carolina's got some really good barbecue spots too.
I do. My wife would go crazy for some barbecue. We're gonna have to look that up.
Yeah. Put some ribs in that air fryer too.
I gotta get one of those, man. You talking bigger than air fryer? I might bring my air fryer.
You're gonna be disappointed now. I hyped it up too much. Don't get one.
Coach Rez, I'm gonna be carrying my air fryer in the meetings.
Yeah. No, Josh says good luck this season. Can't wait for it to start. I think a lot of people are just ready to get out to the arena. They want to see everything going. All right, Coach Rez. What are you most looking forward to this season?
You gotta break it up just a little bit. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Just the overall experience. Like I guess I was telling her, I've never played arena ball. We see a lot of videos of people getting smacked over the wall and all this type of stuff. So I'm just hoping I'm not training on that wall. But I mean, I want to get in. I'm gonna make my mark. Anywhere I go, I would love to make a positive mark. And this opportunity happens to be football. So I just hope I do the best I can out there and show you guys. I mean, something that you haven't seen before. Lexington barbecue, I see that.
Check that plate. Have you been here yet? Lexington barbecue. I don't know why it sounds so weird now, but all right, guys. Well, I want to thank everyone for joining us. We got some great players coming on next week. Look for those announcements coming back, but make sure you shoot us some emails and messages. Let us know who you want to see in the show. Let us know, how we're doing. I'm definitely not a pro at this. It's been a lot of fun, though, getting to know some of the players and staff and owners. So let me know how I can do a better job for you guys. But definitely start commenting. Let us know what you want to know from the players or whoever's on the show. But we'll see you guys next Tuesday. Thanks again.